Rick Beato claims music is getting worse. I think he's wrong. I respect Rick as a content creator and musician, but I think he's being overly nostalgic. Earlier this year, fellow YouTuber Rick Beato uploaded a video titled Grammy Nominations Proof that music is getting worse. And one of the things that kind of stood out for me was that he plays the Bad Bunny song. He says, "I like the production, but I don't understand what they're saying." This almost feels like a criticism on Rick's part of why aren't they singing in English. Rick says, "I'm not the right person to ask." If Rick's not the right guy to ask, I am. Because I speak Spanish, and I'm not gonna translate the lyrics for you because that's what Google Translate is for. I think this opens up a really interesting conversation about language and music and even geography. Bad Bunny just made history at the Grammys. His album Debí Tirar Más Fotos became the first Spanish and perhaps more importantly, non-English album to win the Album of the Year Grammy Award. With the rise of the internet and the democratization of music technology, it's become a lot cheaper and easier to make music, and we as listeners can enjoy music recorded anywhere in the world. Case in point, this album was recorded in Puerto Rico. I think in 2026, maybe music recorded within the continental United States isn't nearly as relevant as it used to be. Even if music is in a language you don't understand, that doesn't give you the right to say it's not memorable. So in his video, Rick states that no one in 3 years will remember these songs, and I disagree. The music that's come out in this past year, in particular Latin music, such as Bad Bunny's Debí Tirar Más Fotos, but also the new Rosalia album, the new Karol G album, this music has been really incredible, especially for me in this new stage of my life where I'm a father. And I know for a fact that 3 years from now that I'll be able to remember this music as the soundtrack to a really special time in my life. We're not just witnessing a Latin music wave, we're witnessing a Latin music tsunami, and I couldn't be more excited about it. It is not just Bad Bunny, other Latin music artists right now, such as Karol G, Peso Pluma, Rosalia, just to name a few, are absolutely killing it right now. And if you've been following me on the channel, you know I've done like a complete 180 on the whole reggaeton thing, which is also referred to as música urbana. I think música urbana is kind of a bigger umbrella, but the terms are more or less interchangeable. I used to really hate this repetitive dembo drum beat, but I've come around to really appreciating it, and I think there are some artists and producers who are doing some really interesting things with reggaeton. One producer that comes to mind is Tiny. He's kind of Bad Bunny's go-to producer, or one of his go-to producers. He has this new song out called Única, and it's just a really cool use of reggaeton. Okay, so if you're still not convinced that reggaeton is a respectable genre finally, listen to the song off the Bad Bunny album called Perfumito Nuevo. Great song, especially from a production standpoint. As Rick has mentioned several times on his channel, at no point in history has the average person like you and me had so much access to music at their fingertips. This is a dual-edged sword, but I think Rick is looking for music in the wrong places. Rick seems to be rather masochistic, and he loves just listening to the Spotify top 20 playlists, and you wonder why he's saying music is getting worse. He should be looking in other places for new music. Spotify isn't cool anymore. There's other great platforms out there such as Bandcamp. The internet has kind of changed the landscape. Rick seems stuck in the past, and sure, maybe mainstream American pop music has gone downhill, but if you broaden your horizons, music is doing fine. It's actually pretty exciting how much great music is coming out every day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I have another video for you.